Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about some of the daggers in the museum's collection. We have swords as well, but one thing at a time. Three things at a time. These are three small hand daggers. This first one was given to us by Martin Ajamian of Watertown. Unfortunately, Martin did not know anything about the dagger. It was simply family history. This piece is very typically Middle Eastern as far as the curved blade with the etched design on it, very nicely done, and designed with coal and stones on the handle of it. The style of this handle, this S shape, is very typical of naval weapons used by the British and the German Navy. That's used for knife fighting in the sense that it would catch the blade in the top so it wouldn't actually use it this way. But anyway, so this is an example here. Uh, this next one this is very typical as far as style. Ironically, though, it was made in the United States. The man that made this, his name was, uh, what is his name now? Oh, yeah, Haribid Manuelian. He was from Palu in Harper province. And he wanted to, when he came to this country, he wanted a keepsake of the old country. And basically, he fled with his clothes in his bag. He had no objects, keepsakes. So he decided to make a dagger, the same kind of dagger he used in the old country. He was a machinist, and so it was not that difficult for him. So this is very typical daggers used in the Middle East. And the handle, very simple handle, wooden handle held together by the bolts. And he made this like the daggers that he used as a child or as a young man. In basically every male carried a dagger with them. This third one, this is kind of a story behind this piece. This was given to us by George Besjian, the jeweler in Boston. He was from Aleppo originally. This belonged to his father. His father, Kevuk, was well, he was born in 1907, died in 1961, and he was a tailor by profession. When he was at the time in 1914, the Armenian quarters barricaded in, and being a young, Garabed Kevuk was the same, Garabed Kevuk, being a young male, he decided to want to sneak out. And so he climbed the fence and he climbed out of the Armenian quarter. And outside, a Turk caught him. The man tried to use a dagger in order to stab the boy. And he had this lodged in his shoulder bone, and he bit the hand of the man who was trying to kill him. The man let go. The boy squirmed away, and he ran back to the Armenian quarter with the dagger in him, holding it, trying to keep. He's bleeding. He climbed over the wall and collapsed once he was in there. They saved his life. And so they gave him the dagger as a memento. He had two mementos of his little adventure: a huge scar from the stabbing and the dagger itself. The dagger itself, the blade is European. It's a European blade. Again, it's this S shape. It's a naval weapon. This was originally they're called midshipmen's daggers and used in the Navy. But in World War One, these things were usually called boot daggers. They used them for trench fighting in the wars in World War One. And so this one originally had been a German blade, and somebody had converted it, and this handle is actually made out of antelope's horn, which actually gives us quite a nice grip to hold on to when you're using the dagger that way. And so this was the keepsake that he had, the dagger. When he was an adult, he was a tailor by profession, so he decided to make a proper scabbard for it. And so since it was antelope horn, he got a piece of antelope hide, and he sewed it very, very fine stitching here into a scabbard. You can see the very fine stitching. He's a professional tailor, so he knew how to sew, definitely. And he made this wonderful little piece in order to protect it. He left this to his son George, the jeweler, and George left it to the museum. And as I said, these are three examples of Armenian weapons. Armenians didn't have a lot of, they were allowed to carry knives, but they weren't allowed to carry anything as far as swords or guns, so they're pretty rare among Armenians. But the daggers are very common. Every male had a dagger. You needed it for all sorts of things. You needed to peel a piece of fruit or whatever. You had to have a blade for that.